Wait, which one, Doc? I got options. The red one? Aye, Captain. Hey there, and welcome back to another tipsy version of Am I the Asshole? Magic the Gathering edition. And today, we have another community submission. I am the cringiest person alive, I swear to God. Am I the asshole for continuously winning? I was playing with 3 friends using my Valgavoth Precon, and one of them was using a borrowed deck from another friend who was just watching. That deck was designed to win on turn 3 or 4, and the owner got frustrated seeing the borrower not ending the game when he could, because he didn't realize how the deck worked. When the game ended, the owner joined the next one saying, I'm gonna show everyone how this deck wins on turn 4. So I switched to my Ashling Storm deck because I didn't want to play a precon against an optimized deck. To clarify, this Ashling deck is a budget one, has no game changers or protection. It's not extremely strong, but it is consistent and maybe fast if I draw the right cards. The pregame talk was, this is gonna be a fast game. So I drew and played a Soul Ring turn 1, cast my commander on turn 2, and went for the win on turn 3, when everyone was tapped out and ramped, thanks to Mana Geyser and draw spells hitting the right cards. Everyone got pissed, saying, didn't know we were playing CEDH, and I tried to switch decks, but they wanted to beat my Storm deck. After 4 or 5 games, it was already 2 a.m. I was burned out, but they couldn't stop me from winning on turns 4 or 5, which is not what usually happens with that deck, but I was honestly really lucky that day. That made them even more pissed. And they tried to make me keep playing with the same deck when I just wanted to go home, which pissed them off even more when I picked up my stuff and left. Am I the asshole for continuously winning? Wait a second. There's a lot here, actually. This is not a good Am I the asshole to be doing tipsy. I'm gonna tell you that right now. There's a lot of thinking going on right now in my brain, and it's not all quite connecting. They never say what bracket they're playing in, and that kind of bothers me. He was originally playing at Precon. I don't think they're playing bracket 2. Are they playing bracket 3? Wait, the Valgavoth Precon. Does anybody know what bracket that is? 3 to 4? Has to be bracket 4. Let's look at the update from October and look at bracket 4. Decks not to adhere to CEDH metagame. Decks to be lethal, consistent, and fast, designed to take people down as fast as possible. Game changers are likely fast mana, snowballing resource engines, free disruption, and tutors. Win conditions to vary, but be efficient and instantaneous. Gameplay to be explosive and powerful. Generally should expect play by at least 4 turns. If they're playing in bracket 4... Okay, so let's settle on bracket 4. Okay, so the Rule 0 conversation essentially consisted of, I'm going to show you how this wins on turn 4. Of course you're going to bring gas. I'd bring gas. I'd bring my Zada. I would 100% switch from, say, my Aang deck, which is a bracket 3, pushing into bracket 4, to my very strong bracket 4 Zada. 100%, I think they are at the very least justified in switching decks and saying, okay, fine, whatever, I'm bringing my better deck. Again, y'all, we have to remember that we should be playing at bracket 4 to win. And I think that people need to remember that when they play bracket 4. For some people, that is fun. For me personally, that is fun. And it is okay. It is so okay for that to be fun. So please enjoy yourself if that is fun for you. Moving on. I don't really care that it's a budget deck. That it really doesn't matter at this point. Kind of don't care about what their actions were turn 1, 2, and 3. They won on turn 3, which is early. That is pretty early for a bracket 4 deck. You're not supposed to be winning until turn 4. But that is kind of semantics. They must have gotten the perfect hand because they go on to say that they win for the rest of the night on turns 4 or 5, which is within reason on bracket 4. So if your deck is winning on consistently on turns 4 and above, I think that's fine. you can possibly have the once in a lifetime turn 3 win. Doc, I do get the feeling that maybe they're being a little disingenuous with their, oh my god, this only happens every once in a while thing. Because if you're playing 5 games straight and you're consistently winning on turns 4 and 5, I don't believe you when you say it's luck. I'm sorry. My Siona deck doesn't even win consistently on turns 4 and 5 that much, and she's the most consistent deck that I have. The win on turn 3 is most definitely a once in a blue moon thing. I wouldn't hold that against the OP. I don't think the comments about, I didn't know we were playing against CEDH are valid. I genuinely hate it that when your deck performs better than average, people are automatically like, oh my god, I didn't know we were playing against CEDH. Did you lose against a CEDH metagame WinCon? Then it's not really CEDH. 1. 2. Did it win 1 turn faster than it should? Yeah, but you should be rejoicing and saying, oh my god, that's epic. Because it is. Spoopy Mage, you have a very excellent point. CEDH is such a different beast from casual EDH. The metagame is stronger. If you're playing against a blue whatever deck, you know exactly what WinCon you're playing against. Whatever the color combination you're going against, you know what that win condition is going to be. There's no question of, oh, how does your deck win? You already know. Or at least you should if you're really good at CEDH. You should know all of the win conditions because there's not that many. Oh, we're having a party. 1 second. I am just drunk enough to embarrass myself. We're getting raided? Come on, Zoe. You have to realize when you're playing against CEDH versus EDH, you should know what your win conditions are depending on the color combination. It is a completely different beast from EDH. EDH is like, what's the word I'm looking for? EDH is a completely different beast because you never know what you're going up against. It's like whatever the person came up with their commander is just insane sometimes. Like, for example, this Aang deck. I built it originally as an ally bending good stuff shit, and it was not very good. But then I played against KP's version of this deck. KP built something that I think is absolutely diabolical. Diabolical? It's insane. It's insane. What she built is insane. Depending on the person, when you're playing casual, you will have completely different win cons in this deck. Same with my Siona deck, which honestly though, I mean, you see a Siona, you should probably know there's a Shielded by Faith in that deck, and that's probably their win con. Probably. But that's on a commander basis, that is still niche. CEDH is much more broad than that. It's by a color combination basis of the meta. But of course, in this submission, we don't really have that context. We don't know what their win condition was. So we really don't know if their win condition was of the CEDH meta. Anyways, I don't really know much about CEDH because I don't play CEDH. So people accusing someone of saying, oh, I didn't know we were playing CEDH is very rude and stupid, in my opinion. Of course, everybody's going to have their own opinion, and that's okay. The next point here, the OP did try to switch decks after this, after they started complaining about them trying to claim as CEDH, but everybody kind of got super like, oh no, I think I can win this. I think I can win against this deck. And they forced them to play through 4 or 5 more games until 2 a.m. I have thoughts here. None of them are coherent, but there are thoughts. Yeah, they're kind of holding this person hostage, saying, I can beat your deck. And I don't think that's okay. I know that me, myself, in a socially awkward position, I would 100% feel obligated to keep playing even when I'm exhausted. That's a hard conversation to have, I think, because as we've said in previous videos, I think a large majority of us are neurodivergent. I think that we all need to make sure that we're paying attention to body language to when our opponents are uncomfortable and attempting to understand when somebody wants an easy out and to stop forcing people to play when they're not comfortable anymore. because I know myself. I'm a people pleaser to an absolute fault, and I will continuously try to make everybody else happy while exhausting myself. But we're moving on now to the main question. Am I the asshole for continuing to win? We're being raided. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, go. Anyways, yeah, thank you so much for the raid. What's really bothering me here is that he's like, oh, I was just lucky that day. I will definitely be drinking water. What's really like bothering me about this is I was just really lucky that day. 6 games in a row, I was just really lucky that day is not lucky, it's consistency. And a lot of people are having a hard time understanding that about their decks. Just because you have 1 or 2 bad times in your deck does not mean that that is consistently what your deck does. If your deck 6 times out of 1 is performing turns 4 and 5, that is how your deck works. That's how your deck should work. If that's not how your deck is working, you kept the wrong hand. So you should be rule zeroing for the majority of what your deck is doing. I feel like it's just like, I was just lucky that night. And I wonder if that's what his pod mates were feeling, and that's why his pod mates were really upset. It's like, are you kidding? It's been 5 games in a row and your deck has consistently won that many times. Okay, buddy. I'm gonna make a determination here. Overall, I don't think the OP is the asshole at all in this situation. I think your rule 0 conversation here was valid and you switched decks at the appropriate time. I would definitely sit down and question your power level of your deck and just make sure you're always bringing that deck to an appropriate power leveled table. I do think that the other pod mates in this situation need to be cognizant of body language and understanding, not body language, but like understanding when somebody doesn't want to keep playing anymore, because 2 a.m. is quite late. Playing 4 to 5 games in a row would absolutely murder me. I would die. So I definitely think that forcing this person to continuously play over and over and over again is kind of out of the question and uncalled for. Just accept your defeat and play a different time if this person is that tired. Nobody in this situation was inherently being an asshole, in my opinion. And I just really think that people need to remember that this is just a game sometimes. And yes, no is a full sentence. They wanted the smoke and then they couldn't handle it. I do agree with that. I do agree that the other people in this situation just kind of got pissed when they couldn't do what they wanted to do. It almost feels like they wanted to pub stomp, like they wanted to pub stomp, and then when they couldn't pub stomp, they got pissed. Absolutely nobody here was making sure that they were having a balanced table. Again, the rule 0 conversation would have really benefited them here, rather than just saying, this is going to be a fast game. Y'all need to flesh out that conversation. Absolutely. And maybe they did and we don't have that context, but for now, from the context that we have here, they did not flesh out that conversation and they absolutely needed to. It's mostly commander players because we're a bunch of bitches. I love y'all for being commander players. Okay? But you were still a bunch of bitches. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here and celebrating my 5-year stream anniversary. I stream on Wednesdays and Saturdays at 7 p.m. Central, Magic the Gathering. And then at 9 p.m. approximately on Saturdays, I stream Am I the Assholes? So I have a lot of fun with these. I hope you have a lot of fun with these. Please check out my playlist of almost 35 Am I the Assholes? And check out my other socials as well. Link in the bio. Appreciate y'all. Have a wonderful night.